Hey YouTube. Okay, my lens was fogged up, so I'm starting over again. It's June 15th, 2015, and I think it's been a year since I did a video, but I've been wanting to do some garden videos. I've been running late on just about everything, so I'm just going to show you where I am now. It's not by any ways far completed. It's still a work in progress, so so these here, what you're looking at, are some lavender plants. I have a place to put them out back. These started out as plugs, just teeny tiny little things. And I repotted them here in these 4-inch pots, and they're doing pretty well. These are sweet potatoes. First year growing sweet potatoes. I actually bought sweet potatoes last year from a local farmer, and I started my own shoots, by putting the potato in the water and letting them grow its thing. I didn't think they were even going to take. They took like 4 weeks before I even saw any kind of movement on the shoots growing, and then once they did, man, they just took off. I had 2 of the small 6-pack planters that I started these in when they got roots on them, and I put them in. I gave those away, and these are mine. They're going to be going in some containers and in some old feed sacks that I have for my chicken feed, and we're going to see how they work out. That's just my little ceramic cow. That's one of the pots I'm going to put it in. I'm thinking that might be too small, but I'm going to try one in there anyway just to see what happens. And I'm going to head out to the chickens, and then I'll run over to the garden and show you what's going on there. Chickens. I think I have some videos out there of my other chickens, my originals. I had 10 red sex-link to start almost 3 years ago, and we added 3 Highline Browns, I think they're called Highline Browns, and we had butchered the original 10 as they had stopped laying. They started getting thin-shelled eggs, and I have these new chickens are Rhode Island Reds, and then I added these, they're Wyandottes. I added 8 of those, and 2 roosters. That's Howard and Sheldon. And so far, I had 24 hens. Did I have 24 hens? I forget what even I had now. I had 24. Oh yeah, and I adopted a white one and the black one. I don't know where the black one went. I had a skunk attack. I lost 3 chickens. I just recently had to dispatch another bird. I don't know if she was old or just sick, but she was not doing well, so I did try to nurse her back to health, but it didn't work, so she unfortunately had to be dispatched. And this is what I'm left with. I'm not even sure how many, but they're doing good. They don't like the hot. See them all hiding under the chicken coop. But alright, so that's the chickens. And we are planning on getting some broilers this year. And I'm going to be in the process of building a movable coop for them out of PVC, I think is what it's going to end up being out of. So we'll take you along when we do that too. So here's the garden. It's the same size as last year. Nothing's changed. So we have corn. This is sweet corn right here. It says it's supposed to be knee-high by the 4th of July, and I was having my doubts, but it looks like we'll be good on that. The far row there is my potatoes, and they are doing fantastic. And I'll go up and show you that in a little closer detail. I still have some stuff to plant. And these here are mystery squash. They I threw some old squash decorative stuff, you buy for fall to decorate with. I threw them out here in the wintertime when they started to go bad, and they have come back. That's 2 of them over there. I'll walk over here. Oh, some beans that came up out of nowhere. So I got a bunch of mystery plants in here. Got a squash plant in, let's see if you can see it right there. That's mystery plant. I just planted 2 of them amongst the corn. I figure they'll grow in there. They can take up a little less space for me. Pepper plants. I've got jalapenos, the sweet banana peppers, Hungarian hot banana peppers, cherry peppers, I don't know, all kinds of peppers. I had peppers I didn't even know I had started. Oh, I have cayenne peppers. I'll try to make my own hot sauce this year. And that somebody needs a little water. Oh, these are looking like they need a little water. These are zucchinis. Yellow, green, zucchini, summer squash. This plant here, let me see if I can find which one it was on. I think it's on this plant. There's, oh wow, man, they got bigger than this morning. There's 2 here, 2 little fruits on there. I'm not even sure what they are. One of them might be a Hubbard. One of them might be those, I think they call them like Long Island cheese. Look like a wheel of cheese. So I let them live. There's a whole bunch of them there. I pull a couple out. Here is my potatoes. And what I do is I trench and I hill these 2 or 3 times with dirt, and then I just cover them like as deep as I can with straw. And I'll tell you what, it keeps these potato bugs away. Like, they don't like the straw at all. And every year I do this, I never had a problem with potato bugs. Now last year my neighbors, my Amish neighbor, got inundated with them, and then it went over to their tomato plants and like totally ate all their tomato plants. But I told them to straw them. Last year she tried to straw them and didn't do very deep on the straw. Oops, sorry. So hopefully, there's a bug. Come here, you little booger. It's my, I found out my girls won't eat them. And I don't know why. But anyway, okay. So this is something new for tomatoes. Last year I tried to stake them. And I put those plastic stakes in the ground, with the little metal prong on the bottom. And they went like this, and then they went, and they bent over. I had tomato plants laying everywhere. It was ridiculous. I was like tiptoeing through, like, that movie that Sean Connery and, who's that girl? She's married to that old guy. She had to go through the laser beams to avoid detection, and I had to like slinky right through it. That was me going through tomato plants last year trying to pick tomatoes. So this year I tried this cattle panel design. And we'll see what happens. I got all my plants. I got some planted on one side, some on the other. So we'll see. That gives something sturdy to be tied to. That's a rogue tomato plant. Don't know what kind it is, but it's a rogue. It is actually setting fruit. And if you look here, let's see if I can see it. There it is. So this is either a yellow brandywine, a pink brandywine, a German orange. I don't know what else I planted out here last year. I think those are the only ones like that. The rest were Romas, San Marzanos, and Amish paste. So I know it's not one of them. But a nice and healthy stalk on that baby. So we'll see what turns out. Tomatoes are tomatoes. In this area, I planted, I don't know how many baby lima plants. And I'm very disappointed with the way they sprouted. So I filled in with some pepper plants that I had. More pepper plants I had. They're not any labeled either, because I'll figure out what they are when they come up, when they start going. And there's one there. I know that's a hot Hungarian. And I do know, I read somewhere that hot peppers grow straight up like that. There's the plant right there. Straight like that. And the other ones grow down. But jalapenos grow down, so I don't know how true that really is. Some lettuce that came up from out of nowhere, which I rescued. Let's see. String beans. I am going to hate myself later when I get these string beans coming on. I planted 3 rows wide in a 2-foot wide area. And, yeah, I don't know what the heck I was thinking. I just figured, I guess they wouldn't come up like the others did. And I think every single one of them may have sprouted. Yay me. This is where my peas were. I pulled all them out already and processed them. They probably weren't really done producing yet, but I was kind of tired of peas, so they had to go. I had 6 rows, and I yanked them all. This, I just planted my herbs. This is another cattle panel that we just arched. I have some rebar in the ground there, and on a couple of the ends I put like these big tall stakes so they would stay still. I was afraid it was going to wobble all over. I got some cucumber plants, herbs, another tomato plant that came out of nowhere. I have that tomato plant. I got that one that I got a stake. I'm going to walk up here. These are some cantaloupes down there that have to be planted. So those are also cucumber, but they're supposed to be bush cucumber. Actually, those were supposed to be bush cucumbers, but I don't think they are. I think they're climbers, so that's why they're there. I have another tomato plant right there, here, along in here. I'm going to plant some pole beans. Some more tomato plants. One of them, unfortunately, I hit with the rototiller, so that came out. And I'm trying to really keep them pruned up. You can see there, I took a lot of bottom leaves off, branches, to keep them with the airflow. So there's 2 over there. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 tomato plants came out of nowhere. Bonus. Yeah, I got to do some weeding. Don't look at that. Here's another mystery plant. I'm not even sure what this is either. I don't think this is getting any fruit on it per se yet that I can identify it. And I forget what I had planted back in this area last year. It could be a cucumber for all I know. I have no idea. And these are my onions, and holy cow, let me tell you about these onions. These are yellow onions from Sets, and they are freaking ginormous. I mean, look at the necks on some of them. I can't even believe it. I don't know if I use mushroom soil because we are down southern Lancaster County, Pennsylvania, and we're right near Kennett Square where, all the mushroom houses are. So we can get loads of mushroom soil, and we get triaxle. I share it with my neighbor. We did it last year, and I can tell you that the soil was a lot. I still get a lot of rocks, but it's a lot fluffier, it's a lot softer, it's a lot easier to work with this year. So I'm really excited about getting it on this year and tilling it in. See what happens next year. Hopefully my neighbors don't move, because this is actually their yard that I'm in. We kind of combine forces to put a garden in, and I do all the work. Since it's in her yard, she gets to pick whatever out of it, and she does put some plants out here too. But I'm going to be upset if they do move. I'm already crying about it, all this work. So yeah, all these onions, I'll dehydrate a bunch of them and use them in like stews and stuff. So I have sweet reds here, regular sweet onions, the yellow ones here. These are yellow onions. These are just white onions. These are supposed to be oversized reds. Well, joke's on them, because I got oversized everything, I think. This is my garlic patch with a bunch of weeds behind it, which, yeah, I gotta get to that. My blueberries, those didn't produce any real fruit on them. These are loaded. I gotta fix that. That's just not working for me. This is where my strawberries are. I gotta weed this whole patch. It's disgusting. And asparagus that just went to seed. And over here, I've got some Brussels sprouts. I put netting over them, hopefully to keep the bugs away, but obviously not working so well. We did get some broccoli off. It was delicious. some cauliflower, so kohlrabi, and I believe these are seed pods on here, and I'm going to try to just start my own again, because I made a casserole with that last night, and they thought it was potato. So I'm going to do that again. So basically that's the garden. I'm going to put some cantaloupes along over there, and where I'm dumping all my mulch over the fence to spread out, I'm going to put carrots, beets, and some other stuff in there. And then once I start pulling some other things out, maybe like once I'm tired of green beans, I'll yank all the green beans out, and I'm going to put some celery in there. We'll grow that for the winter. And then I also want to do some more, some cabbage, but I'm going to do something similar to this, but I'm going to use 10-foot pieces. I think I'm going to do 10-foot. Those are 5-foot. I cut them in half. I think 10-foot might be big enough. If not, I can go 20, but then I have to make sure I got, you know, the stuff to go over it. It'll fit. So yeah, that's it. And that's the garden. Oh, and I might put spaghetti squash or something along back here, since there's room back there for it to spread out amongst the potatoes. Oh, and I also want to plant popcorn. That's not in yet. But it's only June. It's like 100 and some days, so I think I got time. And the Farmer's Almanac says that September, October is supposed to be warmer than normal, so I think I have some time. Alright, I got a couple more videos coming up. Something I read in Lancaster Farming, there are a couple things in there that I wanted to address and talk about and put my thoughts out there on that. And I'll be doing them the next day or two. Alright, we'll talk later. Bye.